Let's see some Dahaka Falstad early pickups, Jake.
Yeah, those globals. We'll see where they land. So, there's definitely a case to ban Dahaka, Falstad, Tassadar, Ragnaros. Those are probably the four that come to mind first.
Falstad right away.
Yeah, they're just...
What if just ban Falstad, pick up Dahaka?
I would, yeah. Or they could force a Dahaka ban, in which case they would probably go for Ragnaros first.
The thing is that if you opt to go that route, you give up a Tassadar Vala potential pickup.
True. That's a good point. Alright, Tass ban. Do they value the global enough?
When you ban Falstad, it shows that you respect the global. Who's on the right side? So No Sleep. They might give up Dahaka and then opt to go something like Sonya shortly after.
Yeah, I think that might be what they're thinking here. We saw Very and Sonya for them in game 1, and it looks very good. You mentioned, how much Juki likes to play the Medivh. Maybe that's something they're considering here. A similar style to what we saw earlier. But they've left open the Dahaka, the ETC, the Malfurion, 3 of the most prominent picks here.
Seems like Malfurion would definitely be a hero that will fall into early rotation. There it is. Zeratul. Okay, so between NA, EU, and Korea, we start seeing this development of you take Zeratul and he roams. Basically, he can go bottom, he can go mid, and he can go top, and you don't know where he's at. And they've been primarily using Zeratul to be that delayed kind of roaming hero to gank top lane. And I imagine we're going to see more of the same here from Zeratul play.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to knock that style. Zeratul's so efficient with the new, the slight rework he got several patches ago, with the options he has for going in and out. I'm a little surprised to see the Zarya Vala this early, though. I mean,
it's a strong comp for your bottom lane.
You rotate. Yeah, but who's going to solo?
Well, that's a good question. Dahaka and Ragnaros are still available, as is Sonya. Sonya seems highly unlikely now for the side of No Sleep, despite
right.
their
It's just interesting, right? The idea of a triple bruiser, because oftentimes the solo laners are bruisers, right? Sonya, Alarak, Artanis, who's really kind of fallen off, and they are going to ban Ragnaros, thinking that's the prominent option. This could end up just being that thrall for that last slot. They will snap ban ETC, having their warrior picks already confirmed. I think that's very smart, but Diablo is so good with Zeratul.
Now, you have the option to pick up Tychus, but you can actually hold off on the Tychus pick because they already have Vala. They're likely not going to go double auto attack on the backline. It just doesn't seem that it would fit their comp. It's a possibility, but you have to be worried about running something like a Li Ming or a Jaina or something like that now that Zarya is on the other side because, as we've said, Zarya, I love the Dahaka pickup. It seemed the most likely when they go to Diablo.
I love
Diablo with the APOC BP.
Yeah, so much, such a scary team already. They just their ability to, like, basically just throw you around on the map, whether it's a flip or a drag or a shadow charge. That's scary. Well coordinated play, something to be fearful of.
Okay, so obviously they've got to pick up a support, but I would not be opposed to solidifying the backline with the potential Li Ming. I mean, Zeratul's there. It's not that scary. Yes, you can say, well, you've got 2 squishy backlines, but you've got Zarya. You've got Force Armor at level 1. It seems like one of the more obvious picks. If you do opt to go something like Jaina, you're going to have a hard time. I think you can deal with Diablo a little bit, but do they opt to end up going with Tychus and just have that big burst damage? They have to go Thrall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They need
a
the
solo lane. Yeah. So
yeah.
Thrall makes perfect sense for the solo lane. Karazim, however, is interesting. It's going to be a very high damage team. Zarya will definitely help with the sustain. Thrall has plenty of self-sustain. Varian has plenty of self-sustain. And Rivala is going to be able to play plenty safe, so it definitely is fine. I guess they're just looking for the big 7-sided strikes onto Diablo or something?
I think that would be the case. I'm always a big proponent of Palm. I think 7-sided strike obviously has a place. I love Palm. I always have. I understand where 7-sided strike comes in, but the amount of uses you get out of it per game and the effectiveness you get out of it, sometimes it can be used as a defensive tool. Like if you're about to die, you can pop it. But they definitely need some big damage here. They've got to be considering Tychus or Li Ming at this point, and not a lot else. I mean, sleeper might be Gul'dan or Jaina, but
yeah. I mean, I like Li Ming. I think Tychus, Li Ming, Jaina are all amazing picks. Truly, just their draft is rock solid in every regard. So the Li Ming will be their option here. Resets are going to be scary if she can get them. And you think about the Li Ming Zeratul burst. We've seen that many times. It's a lot of damage very quickly. Karazim will struggle to deal with that.
And the thing is, there's not a lot of threat towards Li Ming. Again, the biggest thing for Li Ming is going to be prioritizing her shots, looking for when Zarya shields are coming out. And Zarya, on the other hand, is really going to have to make sure Heyoon is going to be on the Zarya. So has to make sure and be very cognizant of when shields are used. It can be good to mitigate momentary damage or things like when Zeratul comes on the back line, but a bigger threat is a Li Ming combo. And if you can use that, it's predictable. You get energy off of it. And so depending on how you balance it, who's attacking first or whatever, certain things can be healed up. We'll see. We'll see. It's on Heyoon to make that Zarya work really well.
Yeah, it could go both ways, like you said. I mean, that's the risk of the Li Ming here. But here we go into game number 3, LFM. They won game number 2 to tie the series up versus No Sleep. And again, this is the semifinals. Winning this match guarantees your team at least 90 points, I think it is, for second place. And man, the points are so important. I can't stress that enough. LFM currently in 3rd place. If they can win today, they will be in 2nd place, like handily.
We'll look forward to it. LFM, handlebars on Diablo. We know he likes that hero, so we'll see how this goes.
Dude, his Diablo's so good.
Force armor. Why is that? Are you scared of Zarya particle grenades? Come on, Li Ming.
Yeah, I think this is the map where Power Hungry is just like
so good.
Do it. Yeah, you're gonna always have that added damage, and there's not a whole lot of damage threatening you. But look at that, hey, getting a ton of energy from that Li Ming combo.
It's okay. So we always see dominance at 4 because if you're getting Li Ming resets and you go in and you don't, or you get the first one, you know, obviously you have to have that health to be able to survive by diving in. If you go Calamity, going against something like Zarya is one of the few times where I actually like the Triumvirate to get the cooldown. So if you hit it at max range, you can go again. Zarya, personal shields are 8 seconds. Protective shields for allies are 12 seconds. If you get the cooldown off of that at level 4, you can actually throw out 2 before she can get her shields up again. So it can be beneficial. I think dominance obviously is a clear-cut choice, but if there was a time, look at him with full energy.
Just max energy.
Full energy.
He's like saying, "Yo, Soy, thanks, man."
Just keep throwing those.
Oh! I thought it was gonna get
now that one hurt.
Yeah, it did hurt quite a bit. He'll come in the roots, straining their options in the bottom half. Heyoon is backing up, but does have plenty of damage you can throw out with that max energy. And it will be a red shrine here in the bottom. Top shrine under control of the blue side. They might have both for a moment. Don't know if they're going to get a dragon to flip in onto Zarya. Down she goes. Beautiful play from Drayden, finding that Void Slash.
The best part about that was the roots from BBJ, because he got locked in there and Zarya's like, I better just pop this shield. I'll soak up some damage. And then Diablo's like, just come over here and play with us. You're good.
Drayden blinks in to try to just get their own moment sooner. It doesn't matter. Oh, the hungry arrow was too short.
That was so close, but first DK 2 minutes in. Not too bad.
Not a common thing. Get a dragon that early, but that means this dragon, I don't even think it's made out of cardboard. I mean, it is flimsy.
So,
we're gonna die.
Big Saran wrap?
Yeah, yep, Saran wrap.
I was about to reference an old middle school project where we took curved cardboard to build a bridge, and it was stronger than a bunch of popsicle sticks, but seems irrelevant. Hold it anyways.
Why would you remember that?
Why not? It blew my mind because everybody's like, this cardboard won't hold. Oh, Juki's going to kick back. Did he go behind? Okay,
oh,
he made it out.
My
he's probably going to die.
Goodness.
That's why you don't position behind the DK.
Traded like in a 2v1 as the Dragon finds that kill. Oh, the roots, a little bit mispositioned there by BBJ. Could have been another kill on Dayon. Regardless, that kill puts him a full level ahead with some nice structural pressure in the mid and bottom already.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. They've built themselves up a full level lead. They're going to take down another tower here in just a moment. Soy contributes to that. Both teams picking up their siege camps, though. And right now, LFM, good early start here with 2 kills early, Dragon Knight, and 2 walls down.
Yeah, I mean, really solid start. Let's get a little bit of an update here on the builds. Level 7 now being picked up. Brings Cleanse into play. Pretty standard stuff, though.
Okay, Handlebars diving in. Even popping that shield early. I don't even know how to request this because it seems just weird, but when we get a moment, can we check the top lane to see? I want to see how that's going. Okay, so a little bit of push by Hecarim.
Yeah,
not too shabby.
You can see the ammunition state here. So Hecarim hasn't had a consistent pressure on. Lyric is just playing safe. Can't really blame him because the Zeratul rotations can be quite volatile, and you don't want to risk it. Just want to make sure you keep that experience safe for your team. Don't want to fall too far behind.
Well, that level lead remains as the next Shrine phase will be active in 20 seconds. The wave clear doing very well for the side of LFM as they continue to rotate. Dahaka, nobody has threatened this top lane at all. I think Zeratul's the only one that's ever spent any amount of time up there, but Kharazim and Varian look to be potentially joining the party there.
Yeah, I don't know that they have enough lockdown to really threaten Hecarim, but they're going to linger here for a moment. Hecarim wants to contest that, and he's actually going to try to trick them by doing that little short-range Rush Stalker, as they do have 2 up here, but it's going to be a 2v3, so long cooldown spent for a cheeky play that will likely not pay off. Mfu with Earth Ally should be fine. There we go.
That play by Handlebars was really nice. He took the proper angle to get his Shadow Charge directly into the towers. He waited for him to rotate over so he could get his overpower throwing back into the towers. It was very nicely timed and very well done. That bottom camp was picked up, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's doing so much damage. Like, it's just been left alone. LFM now are basically locking in their heroics with control on both shrines. A global advantage over their opponents, and a night camp that's just whacking away at this bottom fort.
They can basically just slow play this. They can get 10 off this next wave, as the channel's going to be interrupted by the Lion's Maul there. What if they'll try to invade that camp there? They're going to see that that's still active. It's still active, but I don't think they're going to rotate up to try and take that. But they're not.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine that they give it up. That night camp will go top. And Dahaka might stick around just because of that. Thrall's also in the top lane trying to get themselves towards level 10. Bottom Knights did end up dying, but you can see the mid 4 about to fall here to the Dragon, which has another 33 seconds left on it. Will look to rotate down the bottom and do a bit of damage to it. Since it's already weakened, they very well might be able to get another fort out of this.
I think that's basically a foregone conclusion. Level 10 still not picked up. Hecarim trying to clear that camp at the top, but get the minions out of the way, escort your minions in, have them take some tower shots, and there's not much health left on this, so 10 is almost here. They got to be careful how deep they go. Rated, his health is dropping very quickly on that DK.
Yeah, he's only got 5 seconds left anyways, so he's going to do what he can to get that. He can blink, and he will just immediately blink away. The retreat is here. Mfu trying to put some pressure on with that Radiant Dash, unable to really find that kill. They don't have a lot of lockdown, but now that Taunt's in play, maybe they can find those kills, and I'm really happy that we're seeing Sundering.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. It is a great engagement tool for the comp that they're playing against.
I almost think it's a necessity because when you think of the potential to Sundering, split, and then Expulsion Zone, like, that gives you the option to really find those secluded targets, and that's what they haven't had all game long. But as I say that, Hecarim and Handlebars find Thrall and just slam a jam at him into the wall.
The other thing is, and we actually talked about this a little bit yesterday. Uh-oh, the VP. Here comes the APOC. It is timed perfectly. It catches multiple members. Juki gonna go down. The resets are there, and leaving. Soy is just deleting everybody.
That was utter destruction.
Wow.
Like, not even close. They're like, you invade our side of the map, you pay for this.
But that was Li Ming. That's a man voice.
Well, maybe I was pretending it was Diablo, okay?
Well, you know, it works. All right, now they've got themselves a 2-level lead. Next Shrine phase is going to be here in a second. They can basically do whatever they want and continue to rotate this. Draded, he's going to come around. Lyric's got to be a little bit careful. They're going to dive under here. There's the stun, the charge onto the well, and he gets instantly blown up. Another kill here for LFM as they go up 8 kills to 0. Jake, 2-level lead.
Yeah, this is just too scary of a composition. The amount of pressure they can put on. Handlebars, the few rotations he's done have been very clean, and they've just netted themselves these small advantages, but those small advantages and then that one team fight here have made this game look very one-sided.
I like the fact that they're at least pushing it in there. They took the well, which can help long run. It's not a huge win, but it's enough of a win to say that, you know, you're gaining some control. You've got control over the bottom. You don't have 13 talent to your advantage, so it's going to be a little bit tough. But Jake, again, the 13 talent tier for Diablo of Devastating Charge. We just saw him get a couple of, we saw him get one charge of that as he charged him into the well. That gets so scary for Very.
Oh my goodness.
So scary.
Yeah, it really does. Oh. The Moonfire, scouting them out, and then the Devastating Charge into the wall. 7-sided strike, doing a lot of damage. The Handlebars, the Sundering, almost enough to get that kill onto him, but we do see the Apocalypse getting just about everyone. The Twilight Dream follow-up, leading resets left and right, and Dan is going down as well, making that 4 kills to nothing. Just wait.
Handlebars is on his mountain. Very. Oh.
Just got Shadow Charge. He like tickles him after the charge. He's like,
oh my. Devastating Charge. Almost done, and we saw him. He actually got 2 charges into that one wall in that bush at the bottom left, and it was just devastating, which is why it's called Devastating Charge. Yes.
I gotta say that Apocalypse was nasty. They were so clumped up when it happened, and like, you know, that's like one of those situations where you feel like a boss because you just got focused. They threw all their skill shots at you. You walk out of the fight, you get away with like 10% HP, then you Apocalypse like their entire team, setting up a huge Twilight Dream, and the fight's already won at that point. It's just like, Handlebar's feeling good right now.
3-level lead. This might end up being a keep. The DK this early doesn't do a ton of damage, but the posturing and the potential. Li Ming could actually start focusing her shots onto the keep. I'm surprised that they're trying to do hero damage. Li Ming has so much poke potential.
With Mirror Ball. I think she's just worried about the Zarya being able to body block the shots and then eating her, maybe? I don't know.
Zarya was not in position. You have so much room to work with as Expulsion Zone was used, but Dahaka looking to re-engage. He's going back in, trying to look for a tongue, not able to find a target. Might have actually been down on cooldown because it wasn't even attempted.
Man, Dahaka's so happy having a second arm, though. Look at him. He's like, yay. Mfu, Radiant Dash away, VP in the back, though. Apocalypse is lined up, and the focus target is Vala first. She gets blown up. Sundering in the back is good, but the 7-side trick not quite enough. Heyun will go down. Lyric going to get Shadow Charge and flip back into the fray of his opponents, and that's 4 kills for nothing, and to keep going down here.
This should be game. They can posture up, rotate around. They've got enough time. They've got enough CGing potential with this team. They just go in, and I'd say APOC and VP worked out pretty well this game, Jake.
Yep, I would say so too. The Karazim, like
16 kills to 0.
Yeah, feels bad, man. But well played from No Sleep. You know, they got that W in game number 1 in a strong series, but LFM just turned up the heat in game 3 with Diablo. No lightning breath though.